In this segment of the Google Sites training, we'll take another look at how to share your published site. When you're finished building your site and you're ready to share, it's really important to go back to your settings and make sure everything is shared correctly. I'll start with the Share with Others button. Within Share with Others, remember there's two settings you need to focus on. One setting is under links, who can edit your site. It's fine to leave it exactly the way it is for editing because you are the editor, and generally it's recommended to keep it restricted and only add specific editors. What you want to focus on is the second option, Publish Site Public as Viewer. Right now anyone on the internet can find and open this website. This is what you want if you want your website to be viewable by anybody in the world. If you do want to limit your website to only people in Baltimore City Schools to make them have to log in with their City Schools credentials, you would choose Baltimore City Public Schools. And in some rare cases, you might leave your published site as restricted. That means only the approved people on your list can view your website. If you do choose this option, make sure you go back to the top of the sharing menu and you add people to be able to view. So in this case, only the one viewer and the editors would be able to view this website. And now I will change this back to public because I want this to be publicly viewable. The second thing to double check is if you've embedded any files, make sure you go back to each file and double check their sharing permissions to see that you have shared them the way that you want them to be shared. Like in this case, anyone in Baltimore City can view. If that's the way that I want the settings to be, great. Click Done. Once I have my settings, I will click Publish. On the Review Changes and Publish page, it shows you all of the changes that were made. It shows you the currently published version and the draft of the updated version. And when I click Publish, it will make the draft version the new version. Let's click Publish. Now everything that I've changed is published. And now I'm ready to share it. So I'm going to copy the link. There's a few ways to do this. One way is to click on the drop down from Publish and go to View Published Site. That will open the website in another tab in the Live Publish view. It's a good idea here to check through and make sure everything looks good. And then I can copy the URL from the live website. It's important to note that this published URL is different than the URL you would get in the editor. You do not want to share the editor URL. Another even quicker way of copying the URL is from the edit view. You can click on this button right here that says Copy Published Site Link. Whatever page we're looking at is the page that it will copy. I click Copy Link. I now have the link. I always like to go to another tab and test to see that it worked before I send it out. Perfect. That link works. It goes to the website. And now that I have the link, I can share using whatever method I'm going to use. Possibly I'm going to share in Google Classroom or in an email, on another website, or maybe from within a document. Whatever I choose to do, just make sure you have the URL, that it works, and then you share it. And just like that, you have a live website that's ready to share. It might be a class website, a school website, a training website, or any of these other website ideas that were shared on the Google Sites training site.